What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. So, I had to come down here because I was talking about the BET Awards in my other video, and I didn't get, and then I like didn't have the mic on, and then when I did the video over, I did not mention the BET Awards, and the antics that ensued at the BET Awards. I did not watch the BET Awards. Um, Last year, the BET Awards memorialized a man who incited and encouraged violence against women. So I'm opting out of ever participating in that circus again. To each his own. I don't call for anybody else. All my boycotts are very personal, and I don't think about anybody else. I'd be like, I'm boycotting. I don't tell anybody. It's the same way I do Walmart. I don't tell anybody. It's a personal boycott. I'm not trying to get you to not watch it. Do what you want to do, whatever floats your boat. Okay. So I decided after that, after they memorialized Kevin Samuels and paid tribute to him in his death, after he inflicted so much violence and incited and encouraged violence against women, um, I just was like, nah, I'm cool. And but Donald Glover got up on stage and said something to the effect of not having as many Grammys as Will Smith, or having as many Grammys as Will Smith, but not as many Grammys as Stan Smith. Sam Smith. Stan Smith is the shoe. Testing 1 2 3. Testing, testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing, testing. Okay, we're gonna see. My Keisha is back. My Keisha has never leave. She's right here. So we back with a little thing. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, Donald Glover. So Donald Glover got on stage yesterday and basically said that here. Math of the fact, because it doesn't really make sense. I have more Grammys than Will Smith, which makes no sense. But I have the same amount of BET awards as Sam Smith. Does that make sense to you guys? Me and Sam Smith are neck and neck at the Black Entertainment Television. If I have to like do, I don't know, Baby Boy or something, just let me know. I'll have Jonathan Majors put me in a headlock, shave my head. I'll do it. Math of the fact, because. So my comment was, somebody said this is what Lenny Kravitz was trying to say, and I've been saying it. Wherever there is a black melanated person making music, that genre of music should be represented at the Black Entertainment Television Awards. It's unfair to pigeonhole black people into 3 genres, possible 4: rap, R&B, gospel, and pop, barely. I feel like wherever there is a black person making music, they should be represented. I don't care if it's 2 country artists that submitted albums. They're both going to be nominated and somebody's going to vote. But they will be represented. You know how many young black girls are out here in fucking EDM? How many young black girls are singing rock music? They're not being represented. That's not cool. That's what Will I Am, shout out to Will I Am, who was trying to say a long time ago when y'all was trying to call the Black Eyed Peas a white group because of Fergie. And he was saying, like, I don't understand how you could even try to say that when all of the shit originated with us, even down to the instruments that are used in classical music and where those instruments were created. There's black people doing classical music, country music, EDM, punk rock, rock. alternative R&B, trying to put Summer Walker and SZA and Brent Faiyaz and who else? All of them, Miguel, all of them in R&B. They're not R&B. But because you all have allowed these people to pigeonhole these artists and their creativity to 3 genres of music and a possible 4 is unfair to the artists. And for the 69th time, Black entertainment television is not owned by black people. It is owned and operated through Viacom. And I believe it was, hold on, I said who produced the show last night. Jesse Collins production. That's who it was produced by. Yeah. Here, let me say what I said on Twitter. I'll say. I said BET, Viacom, Jesse Collins Entertainment. Next year, expand the award categories to all genres of music where a black artist exists, from EDM to country to classical. Stop assisting in the pigeonholing of black artists to 3 categories. Knock it off and do better. Here, this is not getting enough. This is not getting enough traction for me. Let me delete it and use a hashtag. It's not getting enough traction for me. BET Awards. All right. And then I also said that let's see, where is it? BET should have categories other than R&B, hip hop, and gospel. Black people are represented in all genres of music: classical, EDM, country, pop, rock, jazz, blues, soul, punk rock, reggae, Latin music. I don't even know why isn't there a Latin category at the BET Awards? As if Black Latinos don't exist or are not making music. But Justin Timberlake can get nominated. Sam Smith can get nominated. Adele can get nominated. It's no shade. But let the other people who actually make other kinds of music have a chance to be represented at these award shows. But I understand when it's time to program people and using the media to program people, what's another way that we can tell you you are only allowed to participate in these 3 genres of music? And let BET push that narrative forward. It's unfair. And I truly believe that. And then somebody in the comments was like, bro, y'all just want to claim everything is yours. You make it seem like until black people came, people were just creating random sounds. That's what this person got from what I said. What I said was BET needs to have categories outside of hip hop and R&B, especially since all music originated from melanated people. Black people are represented in all forms of music, from classical to EDM to gospel to country to pop to rock to jazz to blues to punk rock to reggae to Latin music. Every category where there is a black person making music, the genre should be represented. And a lot of people think that when you say a black person, you're thinking about a descendant of an African slave. That's what you're thinking about. I'm talking about wherever they are making music. Black Latinos need to be represented at the Black Entertainment Television Awards. This guy says, I heard it all. Go look up the instruments of what is used in classical music. Go look up where those instruments originated. Go look it up. So when Beethoven was over there doing whatever the fuck he does, when Mozart was doing whatever the fuck he does, the instruments they're playing on, go look at where those instruments originated. Go look it and you'll see. This guy says she's lumping 100 of music genres into Latin music. That is what this weirdo, these are the men that y'all say should be leading people somewhere. They can't even understand basic concepts. Latin music is more varied than anything America would ever have. What are you talking about? I was so confused when they started giving out international awards to people who ain't even from America, yet they don't even cater to all the black people in America. Like, what the fuck? I told the dude, jump out of your weak ass emotions and do your research. And then one dude says, no, white people did. I said, black people created white people. Do you really want to go down this fucking road with me? Because we can go. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the great mother. So let's take it all the way back. Do you want to? Because we can. We can. He ain't wrong. I've said many conversations online and in real life that there should be rock category, dance and jazz categories and performers. Yeah. Reminds me of the Boondocks episode where Huey is saying a bunch of facts to rich people and they all just look at him and clap and smile. BET is not set up to display black power. They won't give him an award because of the facts he sings. This is a masterful communication. He made serious points and really wrapped it up in a bow with 2 jokes at the end. BET hasn't been black in decades, but it is a show that is dedicated to the artistic expression of melanated people. The artistic excellence. Pigeonholing into 3 categories is whack as fuck. It is. And that's what it is. And that's just what it is. Okay, let's see. What else are we talking about here? What else are we talking about? Let's see what else I have saved. I haven't saved anything. I just saw that and I was like, oh, I need to talk about the BET Awards. Oh, and Saweetie came out to say that she is not a NepoBaby and she is proud of all the hard work she's done. She hates the NepoBaby narrative. It spits in the face of a child who grew up barely spending time with her parents because they were too busy hustling trying to make ends meet. Also, I think Saweetie, the college girl, would have had her wealthy family pay for tuition and boarding schools so that she could enjoy the social experience of college instead of working 4 jobs to support herself. Saying I'm privileged ignores the girls who risked her safety renting rooms off of Craigslist because she believed in herself enough to stay in the expensive city while everyone else was telling her to move home because it was safer and a better financial option. Can't pay for studio time? No problem. I made car wrap videos, which is how I got discovered. I'm proud of all the hard work I've done and accomplished and will continue to share my story to inspire those who came up after me. Somebody said, being related to Gabrielle Union, was it Zaytoven? Isn't that his name? Zaytoven, MC Hammer, and somebody else, and you was doing all this struggling. But it just goes to show, don't matter who you connected to as a family member, it doesn't mean they're going to help you. So I don't know. Saweetie, to me, I don't even really think she's made it like she really wants to. She's great at marketing. Great at marketing. I've said it. A lot of people have said it. For Saweetie, she need to find a job at a record label somewhere doing marketing. Yeah, being an ambassador. She's a great ambassador to these corporations. They love the things that she does. Like when she makes videos and stuff, they love it. She should do that. I think she'd be more successful. She has a talent. She definitely has a talent. Definitely has a talent for marketing. She definitely does. She's not a NepoBaby. Y'all say anything. She's related to Gabrielle Union, also MC Hammer, and Zaytoven, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. A NepoBaby how? Somebody that people don't know who she's related to. That's very clear. CoryHardict admits to crying himself to sleep every night during his divorce from Tia Mowry. My kids and my family were everything to me. Were they? Let's listen.
It's tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands. And, no one's there for you. And it's just like, you're a man, especially a black man. He's tough. He's strong. But it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. Nobody see that. Yeah. Nobody see that. Yeah. You live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know CoryHardict know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like,
okay. By the grace of God. Okay. So why the divorce if he's such an upstanding? Why did they divorce if he's such an upstanding man? Because if you let a man tell it, he's always going to be upstanding. Don't you see all these good men in the comments cussing you out every single day when you're critiquing how they show up in society? And they get in the comments and call you all kind of stupid whores and bitches and sluts and gold diggers and shit. All those good men. You don't see all those good men in the comments talking to y'all? They're all upstanding, girl. None of the niggas, no nigga knows an ain't shit nigga. None of them. None of them. Go ask one of your homeboys. Do he know any ain't shit niggas? He doesn't. But he does know a guy who may or may not have coerced a woman into having sex. They may or may not know a man who is probably RAPED'd a woman. But they don't know no ain't shit niggas. They probably have a few friends who might have been put in some handcuffs on a DV situation. Baby, they don't know no ain't shit niggas. None of them. They all upstanding. They all are good men. And it's you women, you modern women, who are the problem. Because all of them, perfect. Perfect specimens of men. It's you women. That's why y'all go and file for divorce. You don't even want to keep your families together. You leave your man. You leave him. You put your man out of the home. Because they're all upstanding men. But the majority of divorces are initiated by women. Why? Because they say married men live longer and single women live longer. So guess what that woman that's married to you wants to do? She wants to live longer than you. So guess what she's going to become? Single, just so she can live longer than the man she was married to. Because the word on the street is if she stays married to you, you're likely to live longer than her. But what I've seen men regress back into infancy because they give up all of their devices to a maid, a mule, and a mattress. And when they start forgetting shit and needing somebody to pull on their dick, there you are. And then when they die and the family just keeps on going because they really ain't, y'all called him the head of the household, but shit don't get sketchy until Mama dies, Meemaw dies, Medea dies, Granny, Mammy, whatever you call her, Grammy, Gammy, Grandma. When the grandmas die, honey, that's when shit gets a little, people start looking around and trying to figure out what is we gonna do. But when the head of the household dies, how come everybody keeps going? Oh, I know why. Because it was somebody else in the background. It was a manager in the background taking care of shit. Yeah, all these motherfuckers is upstanding. You the fool for leaving them. You the fool for choosing yourself. How dare you choose yourself? Why wouldn't you continue to stay in a relationship where it is a study that shows as long as you're in a relationship with him, your life is shortened. Your life is shortened, girl. Ain't that some crazy shit? Married men and single women are the happiest in societies. How is that possible? When the women are actively throwing dicks in women's faces. My husband, I got a husband, girl. You better,
But keep my husband out of it.
you gonna you gonna be here less of a time than he is, your husband. We're gonna be helping you down the aisle to your husband's casket. When you done babied him so much, he done turned into a goddamn infant on your ass. To all you women out there who count your husbands as part of your children. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. He's living well and happy. Honey, Tia wanted to find out, what are the single girls? They living long? The single girls are living longer? Okay, maybe I need to be a single girl. I'm just saying. Why, if he's such an upstanding man, because he isn't upstanding, clearly. From his perspective, he's upstanding. From a lot of men's perspective, they are upstanding. When you get in the comments and a man is being criticized for how he showed up with a woman, do you see all the men in the comments? All the good men in the comments? No man will ever critique how a man showed up in a relationship that caused suffering. It's her fault. Always your fault. The single mother, it's your fault. The woman who decides she doesn't want to be married anymore, it's your fault. It's your fault. You didn't know that? Under a system of patriarchy, when all else fails, blame who? A woman. I mean, it's nice to hear how a man actually feels because they really don't be talking about their feelings that much. She was probably crying herself to sleep too while they were together. Hello? Thank you. I wonder what happened because Tia looked like she has so much peace now. They will stay. What do I tell y'all? They will stay as long as you will have them. They ain't going nowhere. You doing everything. Why the fuck? Girl, why the fuck would I leave here? I can make your ass miserable and you ain't going nowhere because you know why? Everybody on the outside of this door is looking at you and how well you're able to keep a man. So if you get tired of my shit and put me out, it's going to look like something's wrong with you. You couldn't keep a man? You couldn't keep him happy? How come? You better be careful. He always seemed nonchalant and uninterested when they were together. And now that she left, he's sick. Women care too soon and too much, and men care too late. Because what are you doing as soon as you decide you're interested in a man? What do you do? What do y'all do when y'all decide you're interested in a man? What do? You get up on stage like a little donkey that you are and start performing the things that you're able to do. What labor, how well you can labor. You want to be the prize mule down to the county fair, don't you? Don't you? And you will even compete with other women and say, I can do this better than her. It's labor. You think he's going to leave? Why should he leave? You're doing everything. And you're doing everything for the community. You're not even doing it for yourself. You didn't even get married for yourself. You got married because somebody else told you to get married and convinced you to get married. And then you were like, do I really want to get married? Okay, I'll just go ahead and do it. And now you're sitting there looking crazy as hell every day. Eggshells all over the place. And you trying to walk around them, not step on anybody's eggshells. Miserable. Trying to figure out why you sick all the time, why you got a headache all the time. Shout out to Tisha Campbell. Her fucking body healed after she got out of the relationship, out of her marriage with Dwayne Martin. Let him go stress somebody else out. Because since there's another woman in line, he doesn't need to change. Because there's another woman. As soon as you sick of his shit and you get up your shit up and leave, there's another woman waiting in queue to tell you that you're just bitter and you just want her life. And then she's going to go ahead and go into a relationship with the man that you just left and tell you I can do all this labor shit better than you. Why should he leave? They will stay as long as you will have them. They will drive you nuts. They will drive you to drink. They will drive you to obesity. They will drive you to an autoimmune issue. They will drive you up the fucking wall, girl. You better choose yourself. Stop worrying about what the people on the outside of your house are going to say about why you couldn't keep this man. He was driving you insane, making you sick, depleting your fucking bank account, costing more. You haven't seen a return on your marriage in how long? How long have you been married? I know it ain't been more than 8 years. Girl, the children grow up before your marriage does. Tia Mowry's kids will turn 18 before her marriage turns 18. I'm just going by the statistics. It don't have nothing to do with me. Of course he did. That was his wife. They were young when they got together. Yeah, she picked him up. She didn't pick up the bus driver, motherfucker. She picked that nigga up off the bus stop. That was the first red flag. Because they want y'all to feel like you need to give these niggas who don't deserve a chance because you feel bad because, oh my God, the community will call me a gold digger if I pass the nigga up on the bus stop. Give him a chance. Give him access to you. Because you feel bad. You don't want to be called a gold digger. You don't want to be looked at as you trying to make sure you have a stable foundation in the business you're about to create called marriage. No. Give the nigga who ain't got shit a chance so that you can look like you're doing the fucking community some goddamn service. Yeah, that's your community service. Marrying these tired ass, po ass, slow ass niggas.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
Girl, of course he's upstanding. Of course. Let the niggas tell it. Tory Lanez is upstanding. Let them tell it. Why women have to be so negative about what he's saying? Why do women always assume the man is bad and the woman is good? Because have you seen history? So we're going to go with what is generally the story than what is the exception. Hey Siri, how many men file for divorce?
Okay, I found this on the web for how many men file for divorce. Check it out.
Divorce.com. It says why women initiate divorce more often than men. Let's just read it and see. This is from divorce.com. This was written, it says updated July 1st, 2024, today, by their staff. Let's look at the key takeaways. According to divorce statistics by gender, women are more likely to initiate divorce than men in heterosexual marriages. While divorce is associated with significant life changes, especially for women, women are still the driving force behind most marriage dissolutions. What exactly makes women file for divorce more than other men? This article explores the reason connected to societal norms, gender differences, and roles influencing motivations behind divorce initiation. Around 69% of divorces are initiated by women in a heterosexual marriage. I'm just going to read the key takeaways. Women often feel less satisfied in marriage due to unmet emotional needs, poor communication, and lack of independence. The unequal division of domestic chores and childcare responsibilities, even when both partners work full-time, contributes to marital dissatisfaction among women. You, the maid, the mule, the mattress, the manager. What else? What else? The meteorologist, because you know you got to be his peace in the storm. Right? You got to be the maid, the mule, the mattress, the meteorologist, the muse. What else? The manager, the medic, right? Because you got to mend all his wounds. The mixer. What else you got to be? The machinist. You are the machine because you popping out babies every 18 months, right? You doing all the work and slapping his name on it. But you wouldn't do that in your professional life. You wouldn't do all the work and let some man in your professional life slap his name on it, would you? Everything you birth in your professional life, would you put a man's last name on it? You took care of it. You did everything from inception. to delivery? Would you? I'm just asking. I just want to know. Physical and emotional violence is a major cause of divorce, with women being primary victims more often than men. They're mad because they have to be in relationship with you to get free labor. That's the only way I can get free labor and DNA duplication. For some of you, I have to marry you. For some, you don't. Most, you don't. Infidelity and alcohol addiction are significant factors in many divorces. Women are more likely to cite their husband's affairs as a reason for divorce, while alcohol abuse leads to stress and decreased marital satisfaction, driving both of y'all asses to drink. Y'all over there so swollen from retaining water, but you won't leave the relationship. You over there floating in the middle of the ocean because you so full of water from all the alcohol that you drink. You can float in the ocean. Despite short-term economic difficulties, women often experience long-term improvements in well-being after divorce. Only a small percentage of women regret their decision to divorce compared to men. Yeah, men, you see how they spiral when the maid, the mule, and the mattress is gone? Instead of hiring a housekeeper, go on Groupon and get you a housekeeper. Instead of ordering a meal delivery service, oh, he has to cook those meals. He needs you to cook. You the maitre d', welcoming everybody. You doing everything. You do everything. And then you wonder why. How does marriage benefit women over men? How? Where? Tell me. Tell me. I want to know. I'm very curious. I would really like to know that. 31% of men file for divorce. 31%. So what are our key takeaways? 69% of divorces in heterosexual marriages are initiated by women. They feel less satisfied, unmet emotional needs, poor communication, lack of independence. Can you imagine somebody having a say over what you do, where, say, and then they don't even want to talk to you? You got all this mouth to tell me what to do, but we can't sit down and have a conversation, a deep conversation where you express how you feel, I express how I feel. You so busy having conversations on what it used to be. Let's get back to no. Unequal division in domestic chores. You the manager. You the manager. You managing the house. Child care responsibilities. And they have his last name, and he barely touch them, barely talk to them when they get a certain age. Barely. If he's in the house. Now, these are marriages. I'm talking about marriages. And then you wonder why there's this phenomenon called single married women, married single mothers. You can do bad by yourself. You can create another stream of income. You love cleaning up so much. Girl, if you don't open you up a housekeeping service and hire some other women who love to clean so much and get paid for it and stop doing this shit for free labor and DNA duplication, you're the vessel for that, my love. And they've tricked you into believing that this union, this institution called marriage, is beneficial for you. And it's not. It's a trap and a trick. The jig is up. Free labor and DNA duplication. And then when you divorce him and leave him, everybody stays with his last name. He still has some level of ownership over you. Everybody's last name. I'm doing everything. I'm taking care of these kids. Everybody's last name is changing to my father's last name, since we still under this patriarchal system. Or I'll really fuck them up. And everybody's last name, I'll make up a new fucking last name. We'll start a new goddamn line of people. Fuck around and find out. A lot of these motherfuckers you married to and have babies with do not deserve offspring. I said it. And they know it. And they're showing you that they don't deserve it. Change their fucking last names too. Talking about, oh, I don't want to change my last name because of my kids. Everybody's last name. If you got married again, you'd change your last name, wouldn't you? How many times you gonna change your last name? How come the kid's last name can be changed over and over and over again, like you change your last name every time you fall in love with somebody with a penis? How come? We all going down to the courthouse, damn it. We divorced this man. All of our last names are changing, all of them. So we don't have to worry about, oh, I don't want to change my last name because my kids. You better change their last names, especially before they get out of high school. It's no tea. People changing their names every day. Name changes are happening every day. You know how many judges are signing decrees on people changing their names today? So many. Hey Siri, how many people change their names in the United States on an annual basis?
After all, more than 50,000 people change their name in the United States yearly. This answer is from nameberry.com.
50,000 people. That's all I'm saying. Physical and emotional violence. The closer they are in proximity, the more dangerous they are, whether it's family or romantic, intimate. FYI, y'all saw that man that killed his mother, his baby mother, and I think it was his cousin. All women. Went on a spree. Finances, alcoholism, cheating. You thought you was getting married for love and monogamy, and he does neither. It's neither. He gives you neither. Neither. Because somebody who will put your life at risk to stick his dick in another human body does not love you. That's not love. That's why you shouldn't get married for love. And then the false promise of monogamy. Agree to monogamy to these people who all their entire lives have practiced no self-control. They find a pussy to fall in. They'll fall in any pussy. Don't let them make you think that they won't. That's why y'all be all fucking confused when you've done all this work on yourself and he go get a woman shaped like a fucking cookie jar and stick his dick in her and you so confused. Girl, it don't matter. Didn't your grandmama tell you the pussy doesn't have a face? That's what they told me. Because you over there thinking that so-and-so, you over there thinking that Usher wouldn't sleep with that big girl that was on the damn news talking about that girl, that he slept with her. You wouldn't believe her. That's why he ain't going nowhere. So CoryHardict, he's an upstanding man crying himself to sleep at night. Good night, girl. Okay, let's see what else. Let's go back to the Jasmine brand. Let's see. Ray J shares post concerning message about being suicidal and his breaking point. Money is evil and people are bad, including you. Including you. Let's read what Ray J has to say. Then it all went bad. First the BET, then later on to I'm really at a breaking point. To provide for my family and have generational wealth was always the plan. But money is evil and people are bad and I can't take it anymore. These chain of reactions are stemming from being locked into a false reality, confused about this whole life. The shit that happened tonight to me at the awards today was hurtful. I'm working backstage and then I go take a break in the back and BET wouldn't let me back in for some reason. I don't know who they didn't want me to see. It was weird. Anyway, I left. I went back to silence my frustrations, flashing back to my everyday thought of my life. The truth that's given is a lie. When you work in the entertainment industry, you are literally dealing with people who will do anything for money, who will sit across from you and lie with a smile on their face. And the gag is two people will be sitting across from each other smiling and each other know that the other is lying, making deals on lies. Nobody has any level of integrity in entertainment. wherever they are sweating for money, whether it's on a court or a stage, they are not to be trusted, especially the ones who are doing, who are getting the money for the creative. Don't trust them. It's all a lie, smoke and mirrors for a reason. Everybody lying to each other. Go back and watch that Army Hammer documentary, and they talked about his grandfather, his great grandfather, Dr. Armand Hammer, and how he would bribe people and record the bribes, and the people taking the bribes, dignitaries, officials, state officials, and then he would blackmail them, entertainers, politicians, all of that. It's all theater, my love, all of it. I'm on my way out of the country. That the shit that is happening is mind-blowing. It's making me suicidal and uncomfortable with the perception of reality. They paid me to shut up and I did. I feel bad and I hate myself for it. That's why when he was talking about Puffy, I was like, he knows all too well. He's acting like he's not and hasn't been involved or hasn't seen or been a standby. When I tell you everybody is a witness, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I feel bad and I hate myself for it. I don't want any more of your dirty money. And before or right after I die, I promise you I will be free of all of it. And the world can move on with what is real for me, no matter the consequences I have to face on the other side. I tried to do it for real last time. I'm sorry to myself. And I'm sister sorry, Bran. I will make it right. I won't let any of them get away with it. I told the people close to me, I feel like something. Ray J is having an alarming moment on social media. This is the Jasmine brand. Monday, July 1st, the singer and reality star 43 took to his Instagram story to air his grievance out about recent life events. Ray J, who was seen getting into a scuffle with Zeus founder Lemuel on Sunday, began his lengthy message. Let's see if there's any comments here. It just says there's only one comment here. This post was an hour ago. Let me see if they put it anywhere else and see what the comments are saying. Hollywood Unlocked. Let's see what they're saying about Ray J. Angela Simmons looked absolutely ridiculous with that gun purse that she had. No, they're not talking about Ray J yet on Hollywood Unlocked. It's all BET Award stuff. Remember I said the other day when they was talking about Puffy and then the thing about Wendy Williams, and I was like, what if Ray J is a dealer to these people? I've taken money long enough. What are you taking money for? Willie Ray, Norwood. What are you taking money for? I'm trying to tell y'all. And then when people crash out, you wonder why. When people in their lives, you wonder why they are in another world. It's another world. When I tell you, whoever, if you in your heart have a desire to work in entertainment, stay as on the edge of it as possible. Because when you think, oh, you're canoodling and in these spaces with these people, it's a lie. It's a lie. I remember being in a space after the Oscars at the Vanity Fair party. And if you sit back and you watch, it's literally like a dream. It's like, this is not real. The people, the way they're talking to each other, the way they're walking up to each other and hugging each other. That's the day I saw David Hasselhoff. And when I tell you, I was just like, David Hasselhoff is fine as hell, tall. And I was looking at him like, oh my God, look at Knight Rider. I literally was like, and you could see how people get caught up and then they start doing things and you're like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be involved in this. I shouldn't be saying yes to these things. It's literally like, it's like smoke comes over the room. It's an air in the room that is false. It's just fake. You know it is. It's like you enter into an alternate universe. Yes. The Vanity Fair party. I would go in there and get my badge from it to show you that I was at the thing, the little badge, because I was walking around and stuff. And I saw David Hasselhoff amongst other people, but he was the one. I saw him, I was just like, he's fine as hell. I was like, yes, Knight Rider. But also what I recognized in that moment, that everybody was just like, it was fake. It was so fake. The perception of reality is skewed. That's why the people end up jumping off balconies and stuff like that, because they don't even know what's real anymore. They don't know what's real. And then if you've done something like at a puffy party or something like that, and they got you on tape, and now they're blackmailing you and you're doing things that you never in your life, this was not part of what I was supposed to be doing. So Ray J, whatever he's going through, I know that Brandy don't fuck with him no more, so it ain't no telling what it is. He said he's going to make it right with his sister. We'll see. I didn't even know Ray J and Lemuel got into a fight. I did not know. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of today's topics. I just had to come down here. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Other video is going to upload from earlier. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Center yourself. Peace.
Well, you just revealed that you've been 2.5 years celibate. What made you want to, one, do that, but then also just reveal that?
Wait.
Well, actually, I had been talking about it, but I guess it didn't get like picked up in that way. But I've been like very open about it. And then when I saw the Bumble ad thing going down, saying like whatever it was, like, yeah, right, like celibacy isn't an option or whatever, I was like, well, actually, you know, but also celibacy isn't the right term, because celibacy is like you're not having sex for religious purposes. Yeah. So I'm not celibate because I'm like, you know, a follower of Christ. I'm abstinent. I'm abstaining from sex because I felt like with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, that if they were going to take away our rights to our body and our reproductive rights, well, then this is my way of taking them back. You know?
I respect that.
And I feel like more women should really get on that, because we hold the power, you know, over our, you know, for the most part, not in the law, but of our body. We can say no.
Do you feel like the longer you go without it, the less you think about it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.